Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Yoshi, back with Aaron's our favorite playthrough to watch, apparently, which is my 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch. As you can see in the last video that we did on this, we did Tetra's Battle and Boss Challenge A rank. Now we get to do the exact same thing with King Daphnes, but I'll have you know, this is gonna be the last of 3 rakes, or one of 3 rakes last that we have to do that. Okay, he does have a costume. What do we want? Let's go with that, actually. I don't think I've used any Great Sea costumes anyway. Let's do that. Let's do that soon. That looks the best. Anyway. If you're wondering why, these videos haven't been coming up as of late, well, it's mainly because, if you haven't been watching the playthrough, the last week was changed a bit because I wanted to get other stuff done. And that was, of course, my other playthrough, but not just like that. Of course, anybody who's been watching my playthrough stuff recently will know that I started a true 100% run of Mario Kart World, the newest game out on the Switch 2, or actually the launch game for Switch 2. And so far, I enjoy it. It's definitely a fun game. But that, man, is that game massive or what? One of the spots I have to do requires me to take out, basically there's like a free-roam mode in that game, if anybody's wondering. But yeah, I have to get over 500 different collectibles in that mode. In fact, if I include the actual setup, it's likely well, actually more about just over 700. Which is a big deal, of course. So yeah, we're gonna be on that for quite a while now. I did say I would try to get everything in that game, and I usually do that most of the time. Just realized if I time that right, we can do part of the special attack challenge before the special attack icon pops up. Defeat more enemies with special attacks otherwise. Good, they finally received reinforcements. I'm trying to delay a bit because half of the time these guys don't group up really well. I feel like by waiting we can wait for more of them to show up and thus get a little bit better grouping with our special attacks. as I was saying, yes. Part of the reason why I didn't do a Hyrule Warriors video this last week was because I was focused more on trying to get my new playthrough out, which I already talked about. Mario Kart World, Nintendo Switch 2. Which means a lot of our new playthroughs that we are going to start doing will be on the Switch too. So yeah, it looks cool, that'll be nice. The only problem is you won't get to really see some of the super graphics. I guess you'll still get 1080p and other stuff. Just saying that you won't get the 120 FPS per second because YouTube caps its videos at 60 frames per second. There's a thing that they've done for a long time and they probably will not change for trying to get 120 FPS here. We got an A rank on that pretty easily. Sorry if I'm not trying to talk much and never stop, it's just that I'm gonna tell you about my ever playthrough stuff, but there's not much to talk about in just this game, since it really is just doing the same thing over and over again. But hey, the strategies are slightly different for each character, so I guess there's that. Anyways, yeah. I do hope that we get some really cool Switch 2 games up and coming. See, there was like a new Mario cover coming out for that as well. Hopefully that's good. That would be very fun to play as well. Like I said, a lot of my new playthroughs we're going to do now are going to be on the Switch too. So at first we'll probably focus on Switch 2 since part of the reason why I got a Switch 2 was to play those games we cannot play on our Switch run. If for some reason we cannot play a Switch 2 game, the Switch run game rather on the Switch 2, then we also have this in our back burner, so we can still use that to play that instead. Which can work sometimes. Yeah, that's right. Agatha finally got a strong weapon. Of course, when it doesn't matter. Alright. On to Rush Battle. If they do remake this for a Switch 2, what they need to add to avoid the bunch of boredom stuff is, if you want to grind, then you can do it, but for some of these longer battles that are just time-based or certain amount of time, I wish they would add a time skip feature or whatever. Or you could either pay rupees or do something else and just need to cut the battle a little bit shorter, as that would be very helpful for those brave battles which take 9 minutes already. then it would be way different. You would just speedrun to getting 1600 forces, which is what you need for A rank, and then you would just prematurely end the battle at that time. It would go a lot faster. Yeah, I think it would help out a lot. And heal himself right away and stuff. Daphnes is either he's too slow, or when you actually give him the haste, he goes really incredibly fast, and it's kind of hard to keep up. The move I really want to do is this. Fun with it. Not that. This. That's the move you really want to do. Because he also has the ability where whenever you use this move that I just did there, you really get haste for extra few seconds. It just gets really fast, really quickly, but it's also very hard to control combos, so feel free to drop them. Kind of like I am, I guess, because they've played this for so long now. I'll try to show off his victory animation at the end, too. I don't necessarily forget it all the time, it's just I've gotten so bored with the game now, I'm trying to skip it just takes a really long time, otherwise. I'll probably see through Legend mode on the hero difficulty pass as well. Cutscene again. Otherwise it'll take longer than it needs to. So that we can get their grand treasure. Oh wow, this land is up at the same pay as my cam. Yep, nothing else I believe to do over here. heal so flippin' fast. Let's do, have him on me. Yeah, it's for a while, over and over again. Just reached the 3,000. That's a good amount of KOs on this match. Really good. Yeah, there we go. Now it's been decided, we are victorious. Other than that, I'm enjoying my new play that I'm doing on my channel so far, and I can't wait to do more Switch 2 content. Hopefully it continues to be good. And even if something messes up, I do have Switch Online service, so it's on my main file, so my save data will always be backed up, which is nice. It's a nice bet. Yeah, in case something goes awfully wrong. Okay, you need to do this. Doing that should help more enemies spawn in at some point. Very fast mission done that way. Do hope I'm able to remember some of the strategy stuff, because it has been over a full week since I've played this game. Yeah. But anyway, let's just keep going at it, and eventually we'll finish this 100%. And seems to be waiting for me to do that, so we better keep going through it. I will of course be checking everything as well, so we know what to do. No, we could have just done Ballad Challenge right with all characters if I just go faster, but then the boss challenge would have been taking longer anyway. Alright. I still feel nervous enough that I do not want to do the cool strategy on here for the next two matches. Oh wait, I just realized, no, this is not the last 6 weeks, Sebs. It's just getting within the last 6 weeks, because we're doing... Just doing neck and then we got a couple of them. At the very least, King Daphnes seems to have a somewhat easy boss strat. What I mean by somewhat easy, I mean it's just literally doing the same move over and over again. But it can also be somewhat tedious to set up. We're getting all of the nozzles scooped up. It's kind of annoying because we don't even have to kill that many. We just need to take out 3 of them. Then we can just go over here and take out the rest. But somehow he followed me all the way here. That almost never happens. Usually that means the dog will stay stuck in this corner. Just like that, we're done. Crazy. Looking at it now, 1,000 enemies goes by quite fast. In fact, because it goes by so fast, it doesn't seem like it's ever worth it to use that man in that scenario, unless you really want to go fast and like overkill the monsters instead by just hitting them normally. Yeah, let's keep going here. It's not until the next battle that we have to use the cheat trait. So, from the looks of it, King Daphnes can do the aggressive strategy, but he has to do it way differently. I think he's best off just spamming the same move over and over again. So that means they might end up doing that same thing again. Because you all know what his special looks like now, just from watching. He just charges straight forward. I don't really like those that charge straight forward, because it's much harder to do stuff. Why doesn't just let me do this right away, but whatever. It's possible that pet thing I'm doing only works actually the dial. We'll just randomly try it on Nova and see what happens. Oh yeah, not even close on Nova. Get him a cuddle and so she flips around the right way. Let's just do this. Okay, so for every hour bust, we have to use a social. I actually did look at the speedrun strats up, and the speedrun strategy does that there's not really enough time to do more than one regular attack set, so you basically do a combo that knocks them down in half. And then, depending on the set, you typically just use 2 specials. So, this is another character where we need special Falcon to take out most of the bosses, except for the Dongle, which can be taken out without the use of that at all, whatsoever. I didn't, for some reason I could never get that to work in 3 uses of Fairy Magic, so that's nice whenever that happens. Don't mind me, that was me just turning off the lights. For some reason my power for that light, for some reason, it's just flickering on and off, it kind of bothers me, so hopefully we'll fix that. Should still be alright. I did check everything. We should be fine. Let's keep going then. Let's see here. What am I doing? Oh yeah, empty bus formula. Until I'm still a little bit shaken. It's been a while since we've played this game, so yeah. We have to get used to it again. So it'll take a bit to get used to. Alright, well we definitely used anti-loss formula in here, so let's use that to destroy these guys. I never really got to do the somewhat aggressive strategy. I wonder how fast we can actually take them out. Well, I guess it depends on what we're doing. Well, I guess we probably should do this first, right? Use this to come up, and knock them down so they don't interrupt me every 3 minutes. Nice if you stop the bat running like every 3 minutes. There we go, he's gone. Sort of strange, Joe's one of the few bosses that pretty much constantly block your attacks, but you can spare out like any other boss. You know what you're doing. You stop, man. The attack doesn't even do that much damage. It's just annoying every time it interrupts the freaking attack you're trying to do. Of course, we don't have time to deal with it. speed playthrough because we aim to try and get everything done as fast as possible. It's usually just way too far out of the way to deal with. And just have to deal with it. Try to take out the dudes as fast as possible. Especially I don't like when it interrupts you right when you're about to take out a giant boss like it did for me. Again, stop. You know what's really annoying though? We don't even see half of where they go. They just sometimes appear randomly. It's a flashy icon that would make it more easy to see. But not here. Alright, well, get that done finally. Stocks are being extra annoying today. You can use, of course, Focus Spirit to make yourself immune to them. It's not bad, we, again, can't use fairy magic when doing that, so we kind of just have to pivot and hope we get lucky. So far, that was probably the worst stuff I've seen in that for a while. Really, not bad several times. Hopefully this next battle is a little bit better than that. At the very least, we know that we cannot use the specific strategy set, which means before we even start this first battle set, we already need to use not the other fountain, special fountain flash. It's right off the bat. Our main combo requires us to use this thing several times. Realized in certain bosses we can probably skip the last animation. No, you're not gonna do that. Knock you back down again. Yeah, we pretty much have to use 2 specials if we want to get a guaranteed knockdown on most of the dudes. Thankfully the dongle does not require that, so we can get them down at least pretty quickly. Okay, good. We needed that. We don't have much extreme crushes left. Well, do not want to hit that random. It's annoying the game doesn't really give you much of a choice on who to target. It instantly sends you into one turret. Can't even attack him until he stops being a dummy. Remember, the dongle will always be immune to being cut while he's not attacking. You ask me why that's true, it just is. It's really strange. Definitely made to water, definitely makes sense, by the way. It is a fire main beast. He is mainly, yeah, a fire beast, so that makes logical sense that we should be able to do extra damage if we're using water instruments. That still worked. Go ahead and do that. Saw a good amount of things in there, so we're gonna have to use purple specials to try and so I probably don't have enough space to go that down both of them in a quick succession, but otherwise, yeah, it didn't really go well. I picked up this statue mostly so I could save it for when it's really bad. I failed to attack the Goomba itself because it was literally shifting towards the wrong target. Oh my god, this game tries to be an idiot sometimes. Well, there's no point in waiting. Just keep that going down instead. So finally stop sparking. There we go. And yeah, before I get into anything else, I should probably just end this part of session. Well, I guess no, wait. Still a lot of ways to go. What I meant to say was, yeah, it's about that time again. It's time to come back when the timer has concluded, and with it, the battle as well. Yeah. Alright, as you can see clearly, the timer has concluded, and with it, the battle as well. Well, the threat here was strong, proving ourselves far stronger. Now then, that's the end of that. Alright. Oh wait, what am I doing? This is not an apothecary mission. You can tell I'm not as focused as usual. I didn't know that I kind of woke up a little bit early, so this is a bit of a problem. Even after making sure I had enough time to wake up, it's still a little bit tiring to me. Here you go. Crazy, you really have to be outside the area in order to do it. That time it did what it was supposed to do. Shifted towards where the target was. Normal game would allow for. The best way of doing this part is to actually interrupt your attack mid-animation while it's still going on. You have to wait for quite a bit for it to complete before you can attack again, but it also hits that one time. So if you delay a bit, you can fight it off with a special attack, you can get a lot more attacks. Cut off the animation. I'm just gonna use 2 specials. Totally got my haystack up this time. Not close up. I'll take a distraction here. Oh, somehow I still got it. way. So that no extra dialogue boxes show up, and then we can go on to the next star drop. This time we have 2 specials for this one. You're gonna have to wait a bit anyway. Again, immediately. Like I always like to immediately immobilize you, force you to immediate success all, even though you don't want to necessarily this time. Just doing that is enough for me because you have the easiest time defeating him over any other giant boss. So you do extra damage. Makes a lot of sense in this game. Elements do different effects after all. They found the summoner much earlier on. Yeah, it's literally don't necessarily like these guys that keep coming back at you over and over again until you defeat their helper or summoner rather. Those guys can get really annoying after a while if you're not prepared for them. Oh, okay, looks like we're taking advantage of, you know, obey his bell finally. Nice to see. This one's right on top of me already. Not bad actually, because we want that. Take him out quicker. Just like that, yeah, we're done with that this section of this battle. Again means, yep, you guessed it, boys and girls. I'll see you when the timer is concluded, and with it, battle as well. See ya, and charge! Yeah. Alright, that is over that after about 9 minutes or so. Or 11, or sorry, 7 minutes, yes. Timer is concluded, and with it, battle as well. Let's just say these battles are starting to drag on. Not much else to say otherwise. Yeah, now that I think of it, yeah, I do have 5 more weeks of this. Just this part before we can even get to the next area, so again, it does feel like it's so far away, but maybe eventually I'll just save it and just try to focus on finishing this. And so, I don't know. Because now I have another really great creature that's also getting a lot of push that I want to finish too. Okay, well, it's gonna be kind of weird to do this without. I can't really do that without the sound anyway. So I'm just gonna hit this boss for a bit and see what happens. Then we'll use our magic. Very magic, that is. free deck can apparently freeze me while I'm still in the middle of an animation of getting hit by something else. Yeah, there'd be an extra road today. I don't want any. I take not seriously, clearly. That's what it is. Better it off just waiting anyway. At the very least, doing it this way, we haven't had to use any special attacks. But just have to use them later anyway. Really, I'm just waiting for them to be done. Get on to this. Seeing as how this is starting up already. Probably try to get rid of these Stu and Manandala stock first. I actually do know from having played through at least close to 100% of Ocarina of Time because she, anybody is wondering. Okay, let's just do this next. You see how bad these can be without this app. I have to do this right as the thing too, otherwise it'll immediately go out. Probably just okay, well that worked without this one, so that I guess saved a little bit of time. Keep in mind, the way I'm doing it now is one of the faster. I know this is about to do something, so we're going to do the special anyway, so why not do it now? That's an attack Goma anyway. This battle more than the others, you definitely want to have special throughout the game already. And the fast pace constantly too. The biggest thing is trying to make sure you keep interrupting your attacks. Animation's fully complete, so that one there you have to wait quite a bit before you can attack again. We're gonna have to use this anyway. Let's just use a free central. Then it's a different way, just hitting on a little bit, then attacking a little bit, then attacking, repeating that loop a little bit. Alright. Okay, now let's go over here and do the Wandering Spirits. Or actually, hang on. No, I don't want this summoner to be annoying, so let's do him next. Got both of them defeated at the same time, wow. I'm Mateus and I'm gonna attack down here. Do not do the good one. And it does really bug. Sometimes even if you don't take out all the heads, sometimes he or she still falls down. If you knock them down earlier. Very weird. feels like I know this thing now. Yeah, again, we're out of special, so time to use this again. I was used to it. Oh, why is that bad? Apparently, since there's 3 in a row, I get enough of it after all. So that was really, really tough. Oh wow, magic just straight up wear off. It's taking so long to take them out. Although, in some characters already did this in like anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. These wandering spirits. Now maybe we should get a little strap. Have to do the canceler instead. See, like, man, it's kind of hard to take out with this character because you keep going behind the button instead of wherever you want to be. That was also he had really wanted to stun me yet again. And I had to make sure that I avoided that. I really love doing that. It keeps going on and on and on. It's so annoying. I have an idea. Let's heal up. And now that we're slightly more refreshed, I also have magic. Let's do the thing, yeah. We'll see you guys when the timer is concluded. With it, be battle as well. In a minute. Oh guys, as you can see, we're back. The timer is concluded. With it, the battle as well. And while the threat was strong, we have proven ourselves far stronger. Clearly. That's what it is. Well, because we are done with that battle, that means it's also the end of the episode, guys. I'll just discard all these useless weapons real quick that aren't maxed. Oh, and yeah, now it's time for King Daphnes to do the same thing. I was wondering when this would happen, by the way. Let's get rid of the other sale so we don't get confused on which one to use. I know sometimes that'll happen. But also we need to take care to time it correctly so we don't like accidentally get rid of the wrong weapon. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next video where we do the second half of King Daphnes Battle and Boss Challenge, which is gonna be the survival battles. So basically the second half of Boss Challenge. So then, see you guys later. Bye.